Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015, whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation.
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Don't forget to like, listen, subscribe. I apologize for the hiatus. Teriyaki Restaurant tried to kill me the other day. Yeah, death to them and their business. I swear I'm going to make 8 Yelp reviews on all 10 of my email accounts, and I'm taking them down. I'm going to say I got cat hair in my food. It's going down.
Cat hair in your food, huh? That's how you feel, huh?
Yeah, man. They tried to kill me.
Probably was down for a few days.
I should have known better than get some Chinese food on a Sunday. No Chinese restaurants or any kind of restaurants is open on Sunday. They worship the Lord and Savior, Barack Obama.
Hey, you know what's been going on lately, man? The DNC's been running since about Monday now. So we're on the third day or fourth day now? Fourth day, actually.
Yeah, I saw Little John up there.
Little John, yeah. They had a little bit of everybody. Jasmine Crockett was up there. I saw her. I saw Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey.
What's his name? Stephen Curry just came out and said that he endorsed Kamala Harris.
It's crazy, man.
I don't really like Stephen Curry because I don't like what he do with Good Times, but that's a whole different story.
But he helped us win the gold medal, man, so we can't be too mad at Steph right now, man. He came through in the gold medal game, so, but Walz accepts Democratic VP nomination in DNC remarks. Democrats are betting that within the American electorate is a deep desire to leave behind the bitterness of a decade dominated by a former president, Donald Trump. And so, at the party's convention Wednesday night in Chicago, displayed a joy strategy portraying Vice President Kamala Harris as the candidate who can move the nation forward. Tim Walz, the happy warrior, introduces himself. Before his selection as Harris' running mate, not only had he never delivered a high-stakes speech in front of a national audience, he never even used a teleprompter. In the moment of this magnitude, he introduced himself as a coach, a teacher, a hunter, a neighbor, and has made the case that the Democrats are the party of freedom. I also know that they were kind of making fun of his.
Yeah, they're making fun of his son,
Gus.
His
son a bit, huh?
You know, one thing I like about Tim Walz, he's the kind of neighbor you go over to, be like, yo, we about to throw a party, man. You can come over and get some food, but before you call the police, call us. He'd be like, gotcha. That's who he reminds me of.
Think he got that kind of a vibe to him?
Yeah, totally. That's who he reminds me of. J.D. Vance seems like that guy that's always trying to kiss the supervisor's ass, but you know he ain't shit.
He's calling the police.
Yeah.
He's one of those people who's like, oh, got your neighbor, but he already didn't call the police
already.
already.
Leave me. I need his couch, though, officer. But, Gus's, Tim Walz's son, Gus, as a teenager, Gus was diagnosed with nonverbal learning disorder, ADHD, and anxiety, all of which Tim and Gwen called his secret power. And so, what's her name? Ann Coulter. Mm-hmm. She ain't got nothing else to do. She was making fun of him. A lot of Republicans are making fun of him. But, a lot of people pointed out, when Sarah Palin came out with her child with Down syndrome, no one made fun of her. But that just shows you the side. Like, one side just doesn't care. They don't mind being vile. Both sides make fun. I mean,
his son just seemed really excited to me. You know what I mean? That's what I like most about him. He almost gives you a feel of what kind of a person his dad probably is. His dad's probably really one of those pumped up dudes who really get going. He's a football coach, so just that energy. He gave me like a football player kind of energy from the kid. Yeah. I didn't know that he was a special needs kid.
He got excited, started crying. It's okay to cry.
And at the same time,
Can't cry. I have a good cry once a year.
I don't know about that one, but
I do. Hey, I get it out of my system. It's whatever, bro. I ain't got no shame in my game.
Absolutely, but
not like I do it on purpose. I just be sitting there playing video games. I'm tired of this Mario.
When going through a moment like that for him, like even for his father, for a young kid like that to see his dad on such a big stage of that magnitude, it gives him reason to kind of be happy or whatever the case may be. They also are saying that tonight, Beyonce may be performing tonight. Not saying that
Is she gonna be half naked?
I don't know, man.
I'd rather have Jay-Z perform than Beyonce, but whatever.
I mean, people like Beyonce, though. And plus, it's like, I guess they're wearing white tonight for women's suffrage. I guess that's like the theme of tonight. And so, Beyonce got the very best song. I think she's coming out. She's probably going to sing the song Freedom and all that stuff. And that's probably why she put the cease and desist order.
Well, no, people don't want their
Donald Trump
music to be connected to Donald Trump. I mean, he does that all the time. They start playing the campaign, plays a song. People are like, whoa.
Isaac Hayes,
yeah.
Isaac Hayes' son, I think, just sued for like $3 million or something like that for them using his music without authorizing it, which I don't understand why campaign. They do it anyways, knowing that they'll just pay a fine. They'll pay it off. It won't be $3 million. He'll probably just give them, we'll give you this amount of money, but they want to have that. They want to have the
how much
connection.
Kid Rock can you really play?
I don't even know any Kid Rock songs, to be real with you.
I was like, I heard Lil Jon come out, and I was like, people were like, yo, why you got Lil Jon here? I'm like, Lil Jon is a decorated producer from Atlanta, Georgia.
Lil Jon, part of the culture, too.
Hold on. Lil Jon made all the So Def Bass All-Star albums. Yeah. People don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? He was an integral part of the So Def sound. He made Tell Me When to Go by E40. He made the beat. He made Blow the Whistle by Too Short.
He's a major part of the culture. As far as and if you look at it, when we're looking at all this, we understand that the person at the top of the ticket is a Indian and black woman, and they're running on the whole entire trying to get back and win back a nice chunk of the black vote that we lost during the time that Biden was the nominee.
Well, they're like, hey, well, we ain't gonna give you no policy, but we'll give you a show.
I can't say they're not giving policy. I don't agree with that at all.
All right, what's their policy then, sir?
Are you serious right now?
Specifically for the black community and black folks.
Let's talk about any policy that's for any one person in this country. Yeah, just like with
just like Kamala. I'm not making laws specifically for black people. No,
just anything I do for black people is for all people. Period. Anything she does for black people is for all people.
They made a law for all the Asian Americans, specifically for them.
Listen, that's
specifically for them.
Are you serious? We can almost say civil rights was damn near specifically for black people. Which
everybody
benefited from the law. Yeah,
everyone
benefited from the law, but that law was mostly for us.
No, we had to get it for us.
Just like the was that the education? What was that for? Brown versus the Board of Education was mostly for us. Let's be real.
But everybody benefits from it.
We did the work so everyone could benefit from it. Nobody's benefiting from that shit, really, man. Let's be real. When have you ever heard anybody get found guilty of it? That's like such a minimal bill. They have an anti-lynching bill too. But those are such minimal bills. I've never even had anybody that I know.
When's the last time they ever called something a lynching?
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. Nobody cares about that type of shit.
He looked at the house. What was his name in Georgia? They didn't even call that lynching. They lynched him. They lynched him. He was running down the street. They tried to stop him because he was a mysterious black dude in their neighborhood. They killed him. And they lynched the man in the street.
All I'm saying is a lot of bills are not. There's not going to be. I don't look at things that have to be specifically for me that help me, that put me in a better position. I would love to see.
I do.
I would love to see a reparations bill. What kind of bill would you want to see as a black? Let's ask that question. Besides reparations, that's where everyone knows down as reparations.
Okay, a foundational Black American hate crime bill. I know it would destroy the fabric of America because America wouldn't be America no more without it. But if the Asians got it and Pacific Islanders got it, well, after a year of being harassed during COVID. Yet we have black and white photos.
So your thing is
from the 1800s.
You would want a hate crime bill.
Yeah, to protect us
from what? So I'm not saying that we're not hated. I'm not saying that we have a lot of ways to protect us from that type of stuff. It's silly. But I'm being real, though. Is that what you're going to ask for? If I ask black people, they're never going to say that. That's not even going to be in their top. They might be in their top 10. Maybe.
Top 5.
Probably not top 5.
Top 5.
Not even top 5. Black people we're not even thinking about.
Why can't we talk about reparations?
Because that's the easy one. I want that too. That's the easy one. That's like top cream of the crop.
Reparations for something that happened in a whole different country.
Hey, you act like I'm 110% for that.
Crazy.
But we have to understand it's not about. Okay, listen. If we wanted reparations so badly, we would start looking at things like I've always said from a political action committee standpoint. We start looking at counting votes. We don't even count votes. We're just asking for something. We don't even know who will vote for it and who wouldn't. We're just going to say we're going to vote for these people right here. We don't have any idea of how to get it done. But I bet you these people who got their stuff done knew how to get it done. They knew how to go count votes. They went and got that by saying, hey, let me call this person here and get these things done. We just say, we want this done and broadcast it to a group of people and ask for one group of people. They ask for one group of people to get everything done for them. I guarantee these other people are not asking just one group of people.
I'm just saying, watch the Democrats. As soon as they get the black vote, what are they going to do? They're going to start ignoring us again. They're going to find a whole other group to step over us. Me personally, when you if you're at the bottom of the totem pole as far as financially, economically in this country, and they bring in jobs, they bring in a $25,000 tax subsidy for you to go up first-time home buyers. They bring in a $6,000 tax credit for your first child. They bring in permanent child tax credits for each, like $3,500 or whatever per child. They bring in more health care. They reduce the cost of your out-of-pocket cost on health care. All those things affect the poorer classes of people, help them out a great deal. The biggest builder of wealth is your home.
So the first thing we're going to be able to do is start buying homes. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, they gave $2 billion to black farmers. I mean, there's a lot that's been done.
All the farmers got that.
$2 billion. Not all farmers got that. That was for a minority, mostly black farmers got that $2 billion from that. From
okay,
that
what about
right
this
there.
one? Outrageous.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Let's go back to DNC. I don't want to crap on them too much. Let's keep it
Crap.
going.
No. I want you to because I respect the fact that you have that opinion. For real, I really do.
No, I'm
because
just saying,
it makes me have to either defend it or look at it from a perspective
I'm
of
just
like
saying, black folks,
this is
like
what
we're
it is.
doing now. Look, you're going to do something for us, or we're just not going to vote for you, and Donald Trump can booty fuck us all. You know, instead of letting the Democrats run the country and then just step on us and forget about us, and we're gonna help the migrants first, and we're helping all these people. We will just not vote, and we'll let Donald Trump win. And then guess what? He's gonna get us all, every last one of us.
And it hurts us worse. I mean, if you're
sir, we've already been in the gutter. We made nice hats and shoes and huts. We made music out the gutter.
But we've made a lot of advancements too. People forget that we've come a long way from where we were before. There was years we didn't even have any black billionaires, where we didn't have it. That stuff wasn't going on at all. Now there's plenty of us. There's probably like 6 or 8 of us right now. It's not a lot compared to the whole overall as far as in this country.
They're going to do something for us, or we're going to let this country burn.
That's a big thing to say right there.
But anywho, speaking of country burning, Michelle and Barack Obama got up there, and they did not hold back the words. Donald Trump was in his feelings.
Yeah, he was.
You know, Donald Trump is complaining that Barack and Michelle Obama got a bit too personal with their attacks against the former president and their Tuesday night speeches at the Democratic National Convention. Trump, who falsely claimed for years that President Obama wasn't born in the United States, asked the crowd at a rally in Asheboro, North Carolina on Wednesday if they had seen Barack Hussein Obama taking little shots. Trump he was taking shots at your president, and so was Michelle. Trump said, you know, they always say, sir, please stick to policy. Don't get personal. But they're getting personal all night. These people. Look, Donald Trump claimed that Barack Obama wasn't from America. Mm-hmm. He claimed Michelle Obama was a man.
Yep.
He attacked him constantly. He attacked him through his whole presidency.
Yep.
See, it's the whole thing.
The whole birther thing, everything.
But when it's time to, oh my God, he's like a male Karen.
You know what he said about? He said the worst, the ones he hated the worst, the one he hated the worst was from Kathy. What was her name again? Hochul.
Horsher. These
Kathy
black kids never seen computers before.
Yeah, I mean, but when I listened to her speech, it wasn't even that bad on him. She didn't really bang on him that bad, really. In my eyes, she didn't. It was, but she had a few good points. She was telling about how he basically ran out on paying a bunch of workers a bunch of his job sites, and how he defrauded a bunch of other people out of money in New York, and just a lot of stuff that he did as a New Yorker, and how he caught a bunch of felonies in New York. Nina Turner, she's a former Democratic House member, black woman. She spoke out about the Democrats kind of banging on a person a convicted felon, because she's like, a lot of black people have felonies. A lot of black people have been convicted of felonies.
Yeah, a lot of white people have felonies too.
You know what she's saying though is like, don't overdo it.
Yeah,
because they better remember the same. The reason you guys are sitting here making fun of something that you've contributed to, because Democrats have contributed a great deal with crime bills and other things of that nature that we've all talked about, to perpetuating black people in the positions that they're in as far as the criminal justice system. So she gave that point, and I thought that'd be a good point to actually bring up.
Well, that is pretty smart. I mean, but also it's like, it's going to be insulting to black folks when Donald Trump gets sentenced to 2 weeks probation for 34 felonies.
34 felonies. He probably, I don't even.
He going to jail. He got to go to jail.
34. I've never heard nobody not go to jail for 34
America's
felonies
justice system
in my life.
Crumble. 34 felonies and you ain't gonna do a day?
The cold part about it is like, and he took it to trial, so he's supposed to definitely do time.
You're supposed to break him off,
You're supposed to definitely do time. You go to trial, you got to get broke off.
That's what they do. They like, look, we'll give you this plea agreement if you don't take it to trial, but if you do
take it and you lose,
we'll give you a year probation. But if you take it to jail, if you take it to trial and you lose, we're gonna give you 7 years on each count. Yeah, they break you off, so that's they gotta break them off.
34 of them. He's supposed to give them the max on each charge. That's what they're really supposed to do when you go to trial and you lose. You're supposed to get the max on each charge. I mean, at least somewhere like they're supposed to get broke off.
You got it.
They gave Meach and them 30 years and they ain't even take it to trial. I know it's a difference. It's difference in what they're being accused of, but they had no murders on their stuff. But they still got 30 years and they ain't even go to trial. They took the deal. He ain't take the deal for 34 felonies. Even they gave him a year apiece on each one. A year apiece, 34 years. But would they run them consecutive or would they run them concurrently?
Still, he got to be locked up. He got to be making.
He got to do some time about that.
Man.
You get found guilty.
He'd be like, "Yo, free me. Get me out of here. Yo, look, the DNC got Little John and Beyonce, and the RNC got Kodak Black and Fabio Ford.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, he was a lot of. I see a whole bunch of different, just rappers in general, like just little ones that don't really matter.
Money. It's for the money.
I think so too. I'm just like, and to me, it just says a lot about.
Well, they got cases like
who
think
you
about
are.
Lil Wayne.
I ain't mad at. I'm not mad at Lil Wayne.
I
ain't mad at Yak either. I ain't mad at Yak or Kodak because they got like there's reason. The other ones I ain't even mad at them. Really, it don't matter. But
Kodak
when I'm
Black
those
says,
two,
he tells Donald Trump happy birthday every. He's like, yo, the reason I'm out of jail.
They got reasons to love that person. I would probably feel a certain kind of way about Trump too. That's why the other rappers
are doing it too, bro. They probably got cases pending. He'd be like, look.
You hear about Amber Rose? I heard she had something going on with some. I guess it's like a cryptocurrency thing she had going on that they're looking into her for. I'm not sure if she got a case on it or something going on, some type of fraud thing going on, but. Something they said they brought up something about that. I don't know if it's true or not, but
I mean, why does you can have Amber Rose up there, but if she ain't shaking ass and get naked, what's the
nobody
point?
cares.
Who cares? She made a whole thing called the Slut Walk, and then she had a song called "Get Your Hoe On." All right, like that's the Amber Rose you get. She only famous because she used to sleep with Kanye West.
And then they had her. Yeah, man, we talked about it. You know what I'm saying? We both kind of know what the situation is right there with that.
Yeah, but I mean, what's his name? Michelle Obama said, it's the same old con, doubling down on ugly, misogynist, racist lies as a substitute for real ideas and solutions that will actually make people's lives better. Facts. And then Barack Obama was like, this guy's just so concerned with crowd sizes. And I was like, he's right. Because they're like, oh, look how big his crowd is. His crowd size is huge. He's going to win. But I mean, the DNC got a problem, and it's California. You're right. Governor Newsom got to go.
Why do you say that? What happened?
You don't come between the parents and the kids.
What you mean?
Like,
I believe it too. You know how I am about him. I'll tell everybody, man. He kind of he fucked up his chances of ever to be on a top ticket like a president or a vice president. Anybody runs with him, you're losing. I can't support his views or the ones he's helping to sign into law. At least I don't support none of that shit. I just don't. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, so we're gonna see. I mean, we're gonna report on the DNC tomorrow. I guess we got to listen to Kamala talk
today. Yeah, she got her speech tonight. Beyonce's gonna be performing. A lot of people will watch it. Yeah. Here's what to know about Mike Lynch, the tech tycoon missing in the Sicilian yacht disaster. Mike Lynch, once hailed as Britain's Bill Gates, is now among the 6 people missing after his luxury yacht sank in a violent storm off the coast of Sicily. At the time of the disaster, Lynch had been trying to shake more than a decade of legal entanglements that ended in June when he was cleared of fraud and conspiracy charges. On Wednesday, 2 bodies have been brought to shore in the Porticello near Palermo, and 2 more were in the process of being brought ashore. Britain's Telegraph newspaper reported that the bodies of Lynch and his 18-year-old daughter were among the remains recovered Wednesday, but the civil protection chief would not confirm the report to CBS News. Lynch, 59, rose to prominence in the late 1990s with the development of his software company, Autonomy, which helped business quickly find information buried in emails and other digital documents. In 2011, Lynch sold the business to Hewlett Packard for $11 billion, giving him $800 million payday and cementing him as one of UK's richest people.
I mean, so, look, Mike Lynch and teenage daughter feared dead in super yacht sinking, right? And then the next day, Mike Lynch's co-defendant in fraud trial dies after being hit by a car.
Really?
Yeah, it's a news article. I'm telling you. And there's another person that also died, but I can't figure out which one it was.
They're basically saying that this dude, he sold his business to HP, right?
Yeah.
Hewlett Packard. Then they ended up finding some accounting kind of issues probably after he sold the business to him. Like, it's worth this much.
Yeah, he sold it to him for like $11.8 billion.
Yeah.
And then they did some accounting. They're like, yo, this is only worth like $3 billion, bro.
Yeah, and then he also he got $800 million of that right there. And then and then he got fired by Meg Whitman. You know what I mean? So he said this case stretched 11 years, ended in 2024. He got found not guilty though. You know,
in
so
the UK, and then he got extradited to America. The trial lasted for like 10 years because you know how American justice system is. They got better things to do. And
yeah, it's crazy, man. If that other dude died too, I mean, I know another guy was on the boat with him who was from Morgan Stanley. A guy from Morgan Stanley was on the boat with him as well. I think he had
supposedly a water spout popped up out the ocean and sank the yacht.
A freak
water spout out of nowhere sank this mega yacht.
Yeah, you wonder how many people he defrauded out of all that money at the same time, who it was. He just beat the case too. On top of that, then the other guy allegedly gets hit by it. He got hit by a car. And he dies too. I mean, come on, man. That just it sounds almost like Bernie Madoff's son being killed on the anniversary of his fraud coming out. When after Bernie Madoff went to prison, his son was killed a year later. I don't know if it was on the anniversary of his fraud when his fraud was discovered by the world. They killed his son. Died of either committed suicide or died, but he died in the home or whatever case may have been. But
supposedly,
let's be real. You know what I mean? They got rid of him.
They showed an article here on just about a whole bunch of billionaires dying, like Russian cryptocurrency billionaire killed in helicopter crash, 2022. Czech billionaires among 5 killed in hella skiing crash near Alaska glacier.
A lot of it's probably fraud, man. When you start getting down to the bottom of it, especially when you get into crypto and all that kind of shit. Like, yeah, man, there's not playing about that shit. I mean, yeah, you might have made it look good like Bernie did for a long time. He had it looking real good. You're getting all these returns, but he's really just taking other people's money and paying you with the money. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the financial crisis hits.
They stop answering phone calls.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then it gets bad like that. So I want to look more into this case because they're probably just going to sweep this one under the rug. They don't really care that he died. I mean, he's out of here. They're like, yeah, you're dead. It doesn't really matter what happened to you, especially if you stole somebody's money. They don't really give a shit about what's going on with you.
Yeah, that's like my favorite movie, The Other Guys, where they're in the boardroom, and he's like, "Who are all these people?" He's like, "Oh, there's some Czech mercenaries I owe money to, a couple Nigerians I owe money to." He's like, "Bro, you're a piece of work." He's like, "I do my best."
He does his fucking best. Hey, I actually got this news a couple days ago. I know you were saying that it's been out for a few days as well too. But RFK expected to drop out of the race by end of week. Plans to endorse Trump. Robert F. Kennedy is planning to drop out of the presidential race by the end of the week. Sources familiar with the decision tell ABC News. Sources tell that Kennedy plans to endorse Donald Trump, but when asked directly by ABC if he will be endorsing the former president, Kennedy said, "I will not confirm or deny that. We are not talking about any of that," he said. Sources cautioned that the decision is not yet finalized and could still change, with one source adding that Kennedy's hope is, in part, to finalize things quickly in order to try to blunt momentum from the Democratic National Convention. One possible scenario being discussed is for Kennedy to appear on stage with Trump at an event in Phoenix on Friday, though the source cautioned that Kennedy's thinking could always change, and sources close to Trump say no plan for Friday is finalized. Kennedy's campaign manager, Fox, emailed senior staff on Wednesday morning thanking them for their hard work, but indicated the decision on the way forward had not been made. Sources familiar with the email said. So
supposedly he's supposed to Trump said, "You drop out, I'll give you a job in my cabinet."
I mean, and this is what he's vying for right now. It's like he's really used his whole entire all you people who are trying to vote for him. He's used you in order to leverage himself into a situation where either someone's going to give him a lot of money or they're going to give him a job. One of the two. You know what I mean? And this is because he knew he wasn't going to win. But I don't see why anybody who even leans sort of Democrat would vote for him. Dude's a fuck. I think he told a lie about a black dude or some black dudes raping his sister or his cousin or something like that. Lied about that.
Lied about the bear or let the bear in the park.
He's just not. I mean, he's been.
I don't like his voice either. Hey guys, how's it going? This is RFK. You know? I wouldn't want to listen to that on my TV. Dear Americans, I'm just here to let you know. Hold on. Hits the Pall Mall. I just want to let you. I
don't know. I think something happened to him though, man. I think he might have had some kind of accident, something. I don't know, man. Something happened. He's a Kennedy. You know how they go through a lot. I don't know. That's not it, man, because something happened to his voice. I don't know what it was for sure. I'm telling you, something happened
kissing
to him.
At you, licking enough ass all night. Hey, man, I've been eating shit, so I'm talking.
I'm just like, Then he trying to pretend like this was an accidental phone call that my son recorded with Trump on the phone. Like, he's the fakest person in the world, man. Like, I just don't even see how you come out and say you killed the bear later on after the fact. Like, what did you even tell people that for? That made no sense, man. The story was going to
come out. It was a big news story in New York. But they're like, who left this dead? Think about it, you find a dead baby cub.
No one knew, man. It was for years. How many years ago did this happen? You feel
10
me?
10 years ago.
Nobody was ever going to find out.
He was 50 or 60 years old.
He needed to be a part of something. They're not even letting you on stages nowhere, bro. You're not even worth even letting on the stage anywhere.
I'm surprised he keeps popping up. I think the only reason you're talking to him is his last name's Kennedy.
And then he has like 3 or 4% of the vote or something like that too, which is a swing. That's a nice
Kanye
little.
West.
That's a nice.
So did that fucking gorilla.
But what I'm saying though is,
gorilla?
if you look at it like this,
Harbor, you don't remember that? Man, people voted for this fucking gorilla.
Did they?
Yeah, it got like 3% of the vote. Look that shit up.
Let me say this:
it was a dead gorilla.
But 3% of the vote can swing you in either direction. We know that 15,000 votes here and there, which we're already hearing about, swung some other elections. So what he's doing could, but I just don't. I mean, personally, I just, like I say, as anybody who's middle of the road or even left leaning to a degree, I would never vote for this dude right here. He's not one. He's not. I think he's against reparations or stuff like that too. I can't remember. For sure. I think he is.
I don't listen to him. All I hear is blah, 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 blah. He sounds like Boomhauer when he's like 70, 80. Hey man,
and it's kind of crazy because it's like, bro, you wasn't gonna win anyways, man. Of course doesn't even really matter, man.
That's crazy when you think your name's gonna carry you. Like, what's that one lady? Who was? He ran against Barack Obama and lost, but now his daughter is just everywhere, and she just
Huckabee?
Nah. She ain't got no neck. She looked like the lady from Rocko's Modern Life. If you ever watched that cartoon back in the day, the neighbors. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm not sure, man. He said Rocko's Modern. Who are you talking about though?
What's her name? She was on The View. She has blonde hair, and she used it. John McCain's daughter.
John McCain's daughter. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. She'd be like, well, my father this, my father that. Like, why are you here? You're off your father's coattails. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only reason anybody's talking to you, because you said some bad stuff about what's his name, Donald Trump. Nobody want to listen to you. Like, what is your achievement in life?
She's a Republican too. They say too. So
of course she is. She's been insulted. So, black woman's illegal voting case back in court after conviction reversal. The highest criminal appeals court in Texas will reconsider the illegal voting charges against a woman whose conviction and 5-year prison sentence was overturned earlier this year. A Texas Court of Criminal Appeals decided Wednesday that it would re-examine the case of Crystal Mason, a Fort Worth mother of 3 who cast a provisional ballot in 2016 and has said she did not know she was ineligible to vote. Her case drew national attention. The voting rights advocates worried about her lengthy sentence despite her vote never being counted. The Tarrant County District Attorney's Office is prosecuting the case and asked the court to take another look at it, 5 months after another Texas appeal court reversed the conviction. The district's attorney's office said in a statement to the Washington Post that it was a chance to review whether the state's second court of appeals misapplied the legal sufficiency standards to review and overturning the conviction. She said, while I'm ready for this case to be over and for my acquittal to stand, I will continue to maintain my faith that justice will be done, Mason said. In 2016, Mason was a 43-year-old former tax preparer who voted only after being encouraged to do so by her mother. But Mason had recently left federal prison on a 2012 tax fraud conviction. After pleading guilty to inflating returns for her clients. I know a couple ladies that do that. Texas allows felons to vote if they have finished their sentence, including any incarcerated, parolee, community supervised, or probation. According to the Texas State Law Library. Mason was still on community supervision when she tried to vote, the Post had reported.
Well, I mean...
5 years, though?
5 years, man. It's like they broke the lady off who tried to put her kid in a different school district. They gave her like 5 years,
10 years
too, man.
for trying to put her kid in a better school. Yeah,
I mean, like, some shit, you're overcharging. I bet you Donald Trump don't get a day for some bullets for all the shit he did, but she got 5 years. 5 years. Doesn't matter if it's her alleged second, whatever, you know. That's why they overturned it.
Because it's 5. Think about it, because you got to.
5 years,
bro. Standard across the country, like, especially because it's a federal charge, voting. So you gotta put that to everybody. And they caught all them people over in Florida double voting and stuff. Like, got slaps on the wrist.
Yeah, I'm just saying they tried to break her off, man, and we all know why they tried to break her off too. Period. You know what I mean? They got this lady right now, and I think she's in Texas right now. They got her for voter fraud. I think she was one of the people who were actually like one people who worked for the voting commission over there, something
Arizona,
like that.
Wasn't it? Arizona, yeah. She was manipulating the machines and stuff.
Yeah, let's see how much time she gets for doing that. I think she looked like she was Mexican or something. Though they might try to break her off too.
She looked the blonde lady.
I'm not sure. The one lady looks kind of older. I'm not sure if there's a couple of them. They've been finding this, but there's nothing like they're not finding anything major. But this is a Republican. The one I'm talking about. They didn't
even count the lady's vote, and she still got 5 years. I'd be like, oh, they didn't count your vote.
You still got 5 years anyway, just for even doing it. 5 years, man. That's crazy to me. Did she take it to trial?
No.
She probably didn't even take a trial. She probably took the plea bargain. She might take it to trial.
They told her, they're like, hey, you take it to trial. Next time you out, we all gonna be living on the moon.
Hey, they probably told Trump that. He didn't believe it. Now look at it. He about to do
he said he's
no days in jail.
Like, hey, yeah, we might be having this conversation in Venezuela.
He's not gonna be having no days in jail, man. Along those same lines, they say, federal judge throws out U.S. ban on non-competes. A federal court in Texas has thrown out the government's ban on non-compete agreements that was set to take effect September 4th. In her ruling, Judge Ada Brown of U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas wrote that the federal agency had overstepped its power when it approved the ban. The FTC lacks substantive rulemaking authority with respect to unfair methods of competition, she wrote. The role of an administrative agency is to do as told by Congress, not to do what the agency thinks it should do. Ryan LLC, a tax service firm in Dallas, had sued to block the rule just hours after the Federal Trade Commission voted narrowly to ban non-competes for almost all U.S. workers back in April. Ryan's lawsuit was joined by several organizations that represented a broad swath of American businesses, including the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Business Roundtable, and Texas Association of Business. It's basically saying an estimated 30 million people, or 1 in 5 American workers, are bound by non-competes, yes. Which basically is saying that if I work for one company, then I can't go and work for another company that competes in the same field. I've never had to sign one of those before, but there's a lot of people who do, especially who work in like tech businesses and like upper echelon.
Go out. I mean, they have that, like I was saying off camera, they have that in wrestling. So if you work for the WWE and you leave, they have a non-compete clause where you can't work for 3 months. Because they don't want you to take your same fame. Because that happened. There was a wrestler. There's a couple wrestlers that did it when WCW was, Nitro was on or whatever, right?
I remember that.
Yeah, there's a couple wrestlers that left WWE that night because it was pre-recorded and they showed up on WCW. So like the crowds went crazy. Like, we just saw you earlier. So that's why they do that now. And in Tech Center, it makes sense because you don't want somebody coming with like vital information. Because I don't know if you remember one time, I can't remember if it was Apple or an Android user. Anyways, he had a phone and he was using it and he left it at a bar. And somebody swooped up the phone and all the Android phones ended up being all the same because they got the technology ahead of time.
Really?
Yeah. So they try to. I mean, it makes sense like non-compete, but you sign it like read that fine print. And you see Disney about to pay that money
to the guy.
Hell yeah.
What'd they say?
They said, look, we're gonna let it go to court. We're gonna let you do it, but we feel bad. But they got people reading their forms and stuff, bro.
I told you, bro. I told you it's not worth the press. At the end of the day, if I'm not, man, hold up. I ain't even signing this no more. I'm not even going. It ain't worth it. I'm cool. If I die here, I don't want to get into that but yeah, if you die somewhere, bro, they can't tell me because I signed up for something that's unrelated. Disney Plus is unrelated to me going to your theme park.
It makes you actually think what's all in that fine print, but a lot of people just keep on clicking.
I do. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's a whole lot of shit to read. That's too much to read, bro.
Do you agree? Yeah.
They should have to magnify anything death in the shit, but only be a paragraph long. Like it's a paragraph.
And they make that small little fine print.
Consisting of 4 sentences. Yeah. Telling me this, that, and the third. But you should not be able to exclude me from being able to sue you if I get hurt.
One day they're going to come.
Especially for your negligence.
They're going to do something where they just read some stuff and they're going to take your firstborn, your left car tire, be like, nope, it's in the agreement.
I don't think this law is right, though. I don't care, man. If you fire me, I don't own this business. Do I have stock in your business? Am I going to be able to still eat off your business? Yeah, I don't care.
It's just like people that go to a job and they want more money. It's like, look.
It's like some people have ideas. Like, look at with Google.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity to have Twitter as their business, right? And their business, right? They had an opportunity for Twitter to be a part of their business. And so the guy came to them, was like, hey, he tried to shop it to him. I forget the guy from Twitter's name. What was his name?
The guy that used to run it?
I can't remember his name. But he used to work for Google. He came to them with the idea. They didn't let him in. They didn't talk to him about it. And then next thing you know, he goes and starts fucking Twitter on his own. But then that made Google start saying, you know what? We're going to start letting anyone who works for us have this much. They can come and present ideas directly to leadership. You know what I'm saying? We're going to set aside some time and reserve that for that. It makes perfect sense, man.
Jack Dorsey.
Yeah, Ken Dorsey.
You know what's crazy? Jack Dorsey and
Jack Dorsey.
You can fact check this. I can find it. Jack Dorsey and a couple other CEOs of major companies all resigned on the same day as the Epstein trial started.
Really?
Yeah. Dead ass. Real
well,
facts.
I mean, it could be something about that. Yeah. You know? I don't know.
And before we go, I just want to say Ukraine finally attacks Moscow in one of the largest ever drone strikes on Russian capital. Ukraine attacked Moscow on Wednesday with at least 11 drones that were shot down by air defenses in what Russia officials called one of the biggest drone strikes on the capital since the war in Ukraine began back in 2022. The war largely a grinding artillery and drone battle across the field, forests, and villages of eastern Ukraine escalated on the 6th when Ukraine sent thousands of soldiers over the border into Russia's western Kursk region. Russian Defense Ministry said its air defenses destroyed a total of 45 drones over Russian territory, including 11 over the Moscow region, 23 over the border region of Bryansk, and 6 over Volgograd region. Three over the Kugog region, and 2 over the Kursk region. Some of the drones were shot down over the city of Podolsk. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobolyony said the city in the Moscow region and some 24 kilometers south of the Kremlin. And then also today, Ukraine has just attacked the Krasnodar region for the first time, knocking out Russia's oil facilities at the port of Kavkaz on the Black Sea. And that just happened today.
You know, I mean, good. Like I said earlier, good. I'm not against Russia. I'd love to be able to go to Russia sometime, but I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll probably talk too much shit about Russia. But I think it's probably a beautiful country and everything, but you just attack somebody, brother. If you attack another country, then you can't expect them not to attack you back and be mad at them for attacking you back. I think they're going to end up probably dropping.
They're going to drop some major bombs on. They're hitting civilian targets now. So
what civilian targets they hit? Who are you talking about? Russia or
no?
Ukraine?
Russia's been hitting civilian targets.
Ukraine's just marching through. They're just marching through their cities. So I mean, anything you're going to have to hit some civilian targets because people are going to fight back. It's like someone coming through your streets. If I kill a civilian, it's probably because that civilian defended his territory. If you see me coming, run. If you don't run, then there might be a chance of something bad going to happen. I can't take the risk of you shooting me.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm going to run too if I ain't got a gun. Oh, no, you ain't taking my stuff.
You know what I mean? That's all it is to it. You can have the stuff. I don't care. It's like, you got an army coming. I'm me. You can have that. It's you. You know what I'm saying? We're out of here. That's for Putin. That's for Putin to deal with at the end of the day. But I'm happy that they're actually taking the war to Russia now. Because now your people are going to feel this war. Yeah. Now it's going to hit. Right now, they've been living their life regular. Ukraine's been having power outages.
You can say that about America, too. We've been living our life fine while we've been terrorizing the rest of the world.
It's different.
How, Sway? How, Sway?
Because we the bosses. That's why. I mean, when you run everything, you better not attack because it's a different situation. We didn't attack anybody right now, though. Who do we attack recently? I ain't saying a long time ago, all the other shit we did.
Wait, I mean, like officially or unofficially? Because
either way, who do we attack?
Come on now.
I'm not saying,
we're letting Israel do whatever they want.
That's not us, though.
It is us, because they're only doing it because we're behind them. So that counts as us.
I'm going to be real with you. I think Israel would do it anyways.
Nah, they wouldn't. Man, the whole Middle East would bomb the shit out of Israel right now.
We wasn't behind them fully, but Iran can't beat Iran can't beat Israel.
They don't need to, bro, but Iran, Turkey, Egypt, the Taliban, all them connected, they would bomb them.
No, man.
They would destroy Israel right now if America wasn't back there. Like, I bet you won't. I bet you won't, cuz. I bet you won't. I bet you don't even step to them.
I'm just saying, man. I just think me personally,
walking with an American flag like Homelander, don't do it, cuz.
Hey, I just think me personally, man. I think that they would definitely. If you come across the border and I know they ended up finding out that a lot of those people who were killed by Israeli soldiers.
Yeah.
But I think they were if this happened, they're gonna go in there and they're gonna knock some shit down. Period.
Russia has a bunch of bombs they probably haven't used yet. I mean, they could do a lot more damage if they wanted to. I think they're trying to preserve what's in Ukraine because you don't want to just bomb the whole thing out because there's no point to take it.
Exactly, and I think that they also understand that will make a permanent enemy amongst the people. They're trying not to, but you shouldn't even have went into their territory anyways. It was not for you to go there. Yeah. That's the point of this. That's why I'm like I am. You invaded their country. You got to expect whatever comes with it. You can't be like, oh, you can't invade my country. That don't make sense. That's just like
I've been rewatching The Wire, right? Yeah. You know, like Barksdale said, he's like, look, homie, I want my corners.
You feel me?
I want my corners.
Hey, that's what Zelensky is saying right now. You can't take my property and think that you're going to just keep it now. Like, okay, we're going to make a peace agreement, but I'm keeping what I took. Nah, what did he say again?
He's like, I want my corners.
He want his corners back. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is to it, man. You can't have that.
I'm on season 4 of The Wire right now. I said watch one episode. Now I'm back into it.
You back into it.
I love that show.
I might have to hop into it too. I just don't like the first the first season because
the
because
first
of the
season's great. The second one takes place at the docks. And
the docks. That's the one I don't like. It's the docks.
I always skip that one, right?
The docks,
but
man.
the third season when Marlo take over, then they have the people that boarding them up in the house.
That's when it get good again. First season when they got Stringer Bell and everybody's in there and it's official. But
the second season it's important. Because it shows the dock workers and how the drugs come in.
And then they show everything. Yeah, I got you. I don't want to give up too much. You guys need to watch that.
Yeah, you got to watch that. We got a little off subject, but we're going to keep y'all updated on everything that's going on here in the world. It's Uncommon Courtesy. We're going to see you next time.